What's up, guys? Live streaming on gaming. Today we're continuing Final Fantasy 14. What's that package I had in the pockets that we just talked about? Confound that fool, but what a waste. It was a gift fetcher. Dinner on Labor's Day. Night without regard for his own movie. Very well stocked entirely, but I simply get taken by the fury. Since its worm, hive, one night can't be seen. Favoring a little more nice in such a manner. Every last text, make sure it's not told you willingness to assist there or not. May your journey back to Falcon Nest be safe and swift, taking out regardless of server all. Hi, Spencer. End the stream because I think I might have an outdated version of Streamlabs and it needs to be updated. Or my drivers might need to be updated 1 and 2. Or it might be because my GPU is being used too much. I might need to turn the settings down. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Why is it on 4K? That explains why it's using so much stuff. I'm gonna have to quit the game and reload it because it's at I have to restart the game because it's doing that. That's why my stream keeps fucking crashing, because the fucking game is trying to make the game 4K and I'm like, I don't even have a 4K monitor. Why is it set to that? Using all of my GPU pretty much. That explains why it's doing that though.
Sometimes your mama's so mad at you. She's mad at the version of herself she had to bury to survive. She sees you free. She sees you healing. She sees you unlearning. Doing the things that she didn't have the words, the tools, or the time for. And somewhere deep inside, it triggers the grief that she never dealt with. And that grief shows up as control, shame, silence, or comments that are dressed up as advice. Sometimes your mama is jealous, not in a petty way or an evil way, but in a wounded way. Jealous that you get to be what she wasn't allowed to be. That you love yourself in a way that she was punished for even trying. That you're breaking cycles that she was forced to live in. You're not too much, you're not disrespectful. She sees you living, she sees you saying no, taking up space and healing out loud. And deep down inside of her, she was healing out loud.
Comments everywhere. You must surely sense gravity of this situation. Rather than through and through, just Lord Jerome said. You have lost control of the reconnaissance party, he said. North rivers of answers the heritage highway. Whether attacked or met with some utter misfortune, we know not. God is causing this activity, but his harsh son feeling the wind. Claiming his claim to the lives of many men.
And that's not your pain that you have to carry.
To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, assigning each party different areas. Search. You and Lord Aritel work together to seek them out when you're ready to part. Good luck. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Since we have been in the area near Rivers meet Eli. Lest you are unaware the camp was one of the many our knights or forces abandoned when we withdrew forces what through was one of many sacrifices made in the wake of calamity. Would not surprise me if our knights took control of it. There's but one way to find out, though. Let's be off. I might go this way because it's fast on it. Where I was gonna take the choke whip for it. It's faster to go on my choke whip. Simba! You good boy, Simba. Simba Wimba. There below us camera seeing what remains of it. See no way to send close safely. Should we follow the beast below a minute shorter? Because come on, know a path to head below east of the iron block bridge. If the reconnaissance car came this way, I see no sign of it. So it's possible that recent storms that scared the trail, where they took an altar route to camps or Rivers Mean, until we investigate the camp until we can be certain we must press on. Burgers. I hate those guys. Fire ones suck. They're not that bad actually, but not that fun. Campers. 80. Simba. Simba, wimba, wim. Simba, wim. Are you alright? I heard sounds of a struggle. Thanks to the fury, I thought no one would come. And these heretics, 3 heretics slain in one night. They just like that. You should only live up to your reputation. What happened here, sir? Is there no one else? We were caught in a furious blizzard north here, my lord. Not but all white all around. We saw shapes running towards with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of the bastards who came close to those. There was shouting and screaming back to while killing here on voices upon the way. The camp hoping to hide while the storm passed. The heretics tried to here. Hey, I, my lord. The heretics highway lies so much to the north. We must move quickly before the snow breaks all traces of the passing from our brothers. We must have faith. There's just we done, but first we must see to safety. Without seized love to forgo any opportunity to locate the heretics' high place. He has the right of it. You let whatever remains of the heretics' trace will kill be gone next snowfall, but we can't very well leave our friend here. I will see him to fall scattered before any time I would have you search the area north camp for signs of attack. Should you pick up the heretics' trail, do not wait for me to follow back to where it was. Be sure to lead me, third prince. But friends, I realize this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. You're not. I don't. Danger doesn't bother me. Simba Wimba is a good doggy, yes he is. You a good boy, Simba. My buddy Simba, Wimba. Rest assured we will not be far behind Eli, thank you. Our hope. Level 52, level 6. I'm gonna pour some water in my cup before I do the battle. That's cold. I just spilled it all over myself. Try to continue to the north. Suspicious footprints. Mussolini straight to the hideout. Y'all are cheap as fuck. This bitch again? Ice Heart?
Looking for me, I presume.
The child who glimpsed the truth.
No! It cannot be.
He cameth unto me, as didst thou, alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true, warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo. The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them, but I had no time to ponder such things once the calamity came.
Guys, what's going on? This is RJ Game News USA here.
The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and
We're
snow.
not making this about Dreamcast.
We had no
We've done
choice
that
but to
before,
flee for Ishgard.
But we know he hates Xbox. He's seizing on the moment. Xbox just basically went through the Black Death for all intents and purposes. But his title says Xbox killed Halo.
We came to the wall,
Killed Doom,
and while we
killed
searched
the
for a
new
way
Kojima
through,
game.
there was an
It's held by
avalanche,
this- I haven't
and then I
heard
was alone.
too many other outlets talking about Halo.
So I set forth for Dravania.
The next Kojima game.
I knew full well what might
Maybe we'll
happen
get
where
some
I
answers
found,
here. See what sources
but I could not
say.
survive on my own.
So if you like me reacting
I
to
was
content, which
found,
is just reacting
of
to the
course.
audio only,
And not by a mere dragon,
subscribe.
but by the great worm Hraesvelgr.
Let's get started.
And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice and saw the truth through his eyes.
Up and down the ladder of
I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people, to bring dragon and man together as they once were and should ever be.
was making a new secret Doom project for Microsoft. That's now dead. Across the board, I have to talk about this, but I also want to explore the fact that a lot of Xbox fans are now turning on each other. There's this almost dogfight where people are not mad at
It wasn't
Xbox
supposed to
and
be
not
like that.
and a lot of people are
You
still
have to
trying
believe me.
blame each other.
It was
People are
beyond
mad
my
at
control.
Xbox. They're fucking pissed. Okay? There's no mistake
children
about
taught
it.
to fear the
But I'm
skies,
curious where he's going
who
with
saw their
this.
loved ones slaughtered.
The fact that, honestly, Game Pass is what killed Phil Spencer is what killed
Yet the
this
Dravanians,
one. Let's talk
though they know where the fault truly lies,
place.
fell upon them with such fury.
Okay. So let's be honest about Xbox. Okay?
Men die,
Their peak was
and
the
their children
360.
forget. But
They
we
fucked
are
up
everlasting.
Xbox One
To
generation
us,
with Don Master.
then is
You
as
guys might
now.
remember this, but the Xbox One was $500, the PS4 was only $400.
Thou
They wanted
canst
to
not
implement
comprehend
DRM,
the
they wanted
violation,
camera,
the outrage, the fury.
system. They wanted always online. They wanted to push TV.
I will
They
make
had
this
a
right.
poor lineup of games, few games. That's really where it all started.
I'm neither a saint
Problems.
nor a savior,
Okay? Then
just another
Game
sinner.
Pass was sort of a
yet I will not forsake this
solution
cause.
to a degree.
I cannot.
Adding more games and acquiring
I will
studios
see this cycle broken
with what I
and peace
believe
restored.
was going to be the expectation that,
I-
hey guys, you've got
We can do naught
exclusive
else,
awesome
for we
titles
are now
here
as one.
that you can play on Xbox on Game Pass. And that's somewhat been the experience, right? The problem is they expect Game Pass to have a whole bunch of subscribers. They got like 30, maybe. So that's not working. So they pivoted yet again, following a few years after the Series X and S generation. They bought Activision Blizzard. They went in over their skis. The thought process was every game might be exclusive except Call of Duty. Well, now every game's not exclusive. Everything's coming to everything anyway. And so they're trying to transition eventually to a third-party developer, it looks like, a third-party publisher. They're outsourcing the hardware, manufacturing things.
Master Eli, praise the Lord, you're alive. I came as simply as could, but I see we were too late.
I'm failing to see why they're even sticking around the hardware business at all. This is a slow
So they're looking to sell her this farmhouse?
and I don't understand.
To pay you late, I started to escape, but we must let that detract from your accomplishment. You have to I'm out on the run. If Dr. Foes is front, telling Bull to see my friend, and she'll see that you're all here to recognize.
Xbox is actually never going to turn a profit for Microsoft. Microsoft's profit was still off of Windows. That's and some people are getting butthurt and angry, and they want a bigger bonus. And so I believe, I don't know when this is going to happen, but it sounds like they're going to launch the next Xbox maybe even as soon as next year. And it'll let you play PC games, but in the living room. It'll be a pre-built PC. Okay? Xbox wants to pivot and just say they're Windows. Then they can claim their PC, they're the biggest. My opinion, Game Pass might go up in price soon, but I also think there's a possibility, a real possibility, Game Pass could just go away altogether. And they might pivot fully to just we sell games full price. I don't know. We'll see what's in store for Xbox, but I certainly don't think they're going the other direction.
You guys have matters here one of those. Return to Falcons Destiny share discoveries of Sir Redwall. Come after tracking haircuts across malls devices, so I would say you're due a few hours right soon next to a warm fire.
Also, dropping it the same day as the Gears of War day, very, very strange, but original developer and writer for games like Planescape Torment, Fallout New Vegas, a bunch of the Star Wars KOTOR games. This guy is the writer. This guy is a very, very classic tenured badass. He made some of the best basic video game stories of all time. And he randomly dropped this, and I have to say that it was very shocking to me. Sending good vibes to those affected by the bizarre Microsoft layoffs who find new jobs soon, as mouthpieces like Jez Corden and Cloak Royal thrive like rivers on the underbelly of Xbox news. You two can F right off, you pathetic shills.
Wow. So, I mean, yeah, it sounds like they're turning on each other. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Let's listen to a little.
Wow. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh my god, be sensitive. Game journalism is dying. They need to sound upbeat. They have to sound like Xbox is doing something. Basically, that's just like strategy guides. Which channels, for example, sorry, I didn't have any sources. Now, people are basically calling each other liars. You're straight up gaslighting people. A lot of people say that for me on each other. A lot of these accounts, it does feel like they're kind of covering with the fact that they shut down a lot of these Xbox fan accounts because they have Xbox YouTubers. They're still kind of reeling from the fact that this implosion, it's hard to truly understand.
What did I tell Eli? We're glad I'm see both hail and healthy with news.
Whether you're the most ardent fan of Xbox imaginable,
You say you hunted heretics down on your own, slew
it is a fucking
and slew them before reinforced scribe by the feud. We didn't make great strides toward purging these lands of heretics. I mean to say as much. When delivering my ports of far in the Holy See. As the lie, Lord Archer made to serve on your spiritual houses during the Port of this chief for continual operation. Indeed, I trust you in your nights for taking humorous.
I've heard this for 5 years at least.
You must certainly on our during your short time with us, you and Master, and you, during your short time with us, you and Eli have accomplished far more than I thought possible. Again, a good conscience imposed upon me, you no longer afraid to return to your started by thanks. To which Sir Redwold, we thank you for your hospital.
On paper, you could have a new Halo if it's not canceled. Gears, Forza, it's not canceled. Perfect Dark was canceled. But I'm always hearing, well, next year. Xbox is always next year's hot product. Xbox is always, look out for next year, and next year never comes. And it's specifically bad when PlayStation is putting out first-party exclusives. Xbox actually, sadly, is putting out better games. It's crazy. But they've completely ruined the infrastructure of what a normal console does, which is we sell you our exclusives at full price. You buy our box because you want to play our shit. That's gone. That's gone. If they had a little bit of patience, if they had a little bit of cutthroat attitude at all, they would have took all the Activision Blizzard stuff and said it's exclusive and you gotta play it on our platform. Either drive up Game Pass or they get rid of Game Pass and go, you gotta buy our box to play Call of Duty and it's full price. They didn't have the guts, they didn't have the balls, and even though they only had to give Call of Duty out to others, they have started giving out everything to everybody else. It's like right here. You get our game, you get our game, you get our game. And then they want to say everything to Xbox. It's all code. They just want to make you feel like, well, we're not last. See, we're on every device. We're on your TV, we're on your phone, we're on your computer, we're on your pre-built PC handheld. It's gonna cost $1,000. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. It shouldn't work for you either. And you know how we know it doesn't work for them? when they sit there and they put out an email saying everything is
Eli, I would
fine,
speak plain from the first question you wrote in your comments, and justly I realized rumors have a way of growing more fast as they spread, and quite frankly, those trying you better believe. But Harsh Front swore that all the stories are true, that he champions the cause of the Gate Fire Branch of Patronage, doing this because for all of his wisdom, you've never been able to say no to him. Tonight, you're half our legacy of father's soul and discretion. Mother hated him, of course, even on her deathbed, she refused to acknowledge it. And beyond, she was not alone in her feelings. That is not the worst of it. It came from me. When we came up on the moon night, I knew immediately that one of us had pursued hers alone and all its tasks. She our things that we were saving yours and all our guests. House fortune for a newcomer and our hearts to your friend. I told myself to test. You test, but pardon me, but you would fail. Yet you accept the task without word for that is nonsense or any sign of fear. Sign of fear. You will strike the enemy down, face the lone limb to tell the tale. Plainly, hearts went on the right of it all along. The doubt your strength perceives my own weakness. But will no, not doubt you then, master Eli, on that young word.
affect Xbox in like we'll never know how much is canned. So much stuff unannounced.
Finally! This is where you get the chocobo thing.
To drastically affect Xbox in like 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. Watch. They're gonna, it's just like with Sony when they pull the live
I'm Master
service
Eli, my lord, the count which started feed. Parting time with Florida Artuna, with remaining here for a moment.
The whole PS5 generation's lost for exclusives, essentially. It truly has been. It's been affecting them the last few years, and it will affect them the next few years.
The hero
The
returns.
whole PS5 generation's
I
lost
cannot
for
thank you enough for saving young Imana Lane's
Truly has
life.
been.
Aye, he told me everything.
And the tail end of the Series X is to be lost for exclusives going into the next gen Xbox, where they will be
Returns I can
lost
thank you enough for saying.
forever.
I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House ff14. You've won as much honor, my friend.
Now, essentially, what happened is that within the industry, it's very common where
My lord.
you don't own a lot
What is it?
of
Speak.
projects. You know,
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but
entire studio, but
Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
I'll fund their next
What?
project for $20 million and then advertise myself.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. It was this which prompted a Knight of the Heavens War to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. Exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House
I'm
Zamail.
curious about this new Doom. Why are we having a different
How
Doom?
quickly we forget
Like,
the petty nature of
This is
men.
different than the main studio.
I'd
the
wager
main
your
Doom
friends are no
now,
more than
right?
pawns in another
So
of my
are we having
countrymen's
two- Are we having
games.
two different Dooms?
Such is the way of things between the
Like
high
Doom,
houses.
is it something else? Is it actually Doom? Is it? I don't know. Very bizarre.
Though you have won the hearts and minds of my countrymen, there are those who will not even be seen, and who will dismiss your efforts and resent your success.
Doom's
And as we celebrate.
I'm pretty sure he's not talking about whatever the next actual real doom is in like 4 or 5 years. I don't believe it.
Just like that one such member of House Dismal significantly started Grenx for he is not a man to dabble in politics as unfleshly man. Generally believe your friend to be guilty, though when quite so is not as massive number. Such as truthful avail us not if we can't prove there is it. You do well speak with starting America's congregation of our knights most heavily, you will know more of these charges. Been too long even. Would that this visit came under happening your circumstances, you were complete from outside and Mistress taught her to take it. Where their team may reach as well as learning a report on the founding primal. Truly, I know which will be Chris's charges that loyal. That Sir Granix accusation basis a refusal will be difficult, however, as the United Head of the Board. Speak as the personal guard of the Archbishop, 12 August guard, starting to serve as evidence alone. Suffice to say, the lieutenant's testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the signs is done, bringing the heretics into being chief and helping us defend the seven faiths, drybacks the remaining horrors of freezing himself true eyes, oh count and countless occasions are not we can do. I feel there's been one laugh to us. We must defend tribal like combat. That's gonna be easy. But of course, the tribal like combat takers by the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the position or stance. Our discarding law tribal contents accuser against accused in this instance. But and this is a Master Alpha and Master Mr. Counter will be expecting to face Sir Grenix in a second of his choosing after another night and attempt to win most like. Two of them by fear that colleague of his attacked me. Aster Alpha and his magical talents would not have gone unnoticed, being that he will have no choice to participate in this charge when there is quite obviously for the banished marshal should be before the right to name champion to find himself. Why should you doubt I am ready. In the service to pass in this category, as I'm sure Lord Harshman, all of you present know that you are the most accomplished among us, may happen in realm at large. He said, visit Master Alvin on one informer that I touch the let me use the tribunal and made right. Until then, my friend.
So I think he's talking about this Doom Prime.
This is about that time when the main man Mark wants to know.
His with Romero.
A lot of them are like, it's not like taking victory laps when people are losing their jobs and even up there to call Xbox to shut down, given there's still thousands of employees there who matter for works. It's a Microsoft top-down that needs to change in its attitude towards employees.
Xbox can't shut down wholesale. They actually have too much of the game industry that if they were to shutter everything, just shut it all, close it all down, without at least selling it off, without at least keeping the properties alive, you're talking about losing franchises such as Call of Duty, Candy Crush, World of Warcraft, Forza, Halo, Gears.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of two...
And there's no way that would be possible. Somebody would buy...
Sir Grinno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these two foreigners consorting with heretics.
Games and consoles. It's all just greed.
Let the accused step forward.
Microsoft top-down that needs to change in its attitude because
Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Gruno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
They changed his voice actor.
Taru, I'm innocent of this charge.
They changed both voice actors. I heard they changed a bunch of voice actors, but I didn't know they changed their voice actors.
But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
This idea of Xbox hype. There is no hype.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
It's different than a first-party console manufacturer like PlayStation or Nintendo.
Me, bitch.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
I'm not interested in pre-built PCs that will probably cost God knows what, arm and a leg, next year or 2 years from now. I'm good, man. Just stick me with PlayStation and Nintendo. If there's anything on Xbox that's worth fucking playing, they're gonna put it on PlayStation or Nintendo anyway. At this point. Seriously. And honestly, you know, a lot of people will stick to PC as well. Xbox will try to claim, we are PC. No, you're not. You're Xbox. Oh, shit.
This is gonna be easy as fuck.
O Harone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous.
We got 2 Lancers, Dragons.
I have my pride.
Got you now. It's no fun. Hell's take you.
At some point, your time gets wasted by Game Pass. To a degree. You know, certainly I could see a scenario where, hey, you legit like these franchises.
Hey, I mean, we won.
And Game Pass makes sense for you.
Furious spoken.
But if you're
Alphanet,
just subscribing to Game Pass,
leveler, toddler, you are hereby acquitted of all charges.
and then
Lest we receive a wisdom and see justice brought by divine hand to this. Hello.
Hi, sweetie.
What do you need? What do you need? I said, what do you need?
No, I just wanted to make sure things were going in the right direction.
I'm doing fine.
Good. So, did you watch the movies or
I haven't watched any since because I've been tired as fuck at night.
Oh, okay. Now, is it tired from medicine or just tired in general?
Tired in general. About halfway through the day, I'm exhausted. Yeah.
Now, do you walk around a little more than you were before?
I'm not allowed to, Bram.
Ah, okay. They keep your activity to a minimum.
The only thing I'm allowed to go do is go to the bathroom and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Does it seem kind of like it gives a little better than it was? In other words, more flexibility?
Yes, Graham.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry. I'll let you go. I just wanted to check and make sure everything is going okay.
Okay. Bye. Love you.
All right, hon. I love you too, babes. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm tired of canceling, renewing streaming service subscriptions, for example. It gets tiring. Just pick the shit you like, subscribe if that's what you want, and leave it. And when you're done with it, don't come back.
I figured was Phil's plan victory. See how you strove in the face of adversity. Two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie. Why it's struggling to bury that special. Having been treated such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that present you with humble tug of mind that try to receive me as a chocolate whistle. The may summon the black chocobo fully trained and ready to fly.
They're not making a lot of money from it.
Black chocobo.
Losing a lot of money versus just selling the game full price. And so this is not sustainable. And it was sustainable for a few years. It was fun for a few years. The party's over. The party's over. There's a reason they didn't put all the Activision Blizzard games into Game Pass like they did the Bethesda stuff.
Magnificent is she not? Strong, yet sleek, elegant, yet eager. What say you, Eli? Would take her for a seat?
Totally rocking out. $15 a month for Ultimate. Those days
Lord,
are dead.
Lord Hartsham Chocobos approved if it's the Supreme Sacred Tribunal. And it shows Supreme Sacred Tribunal following the Blizzard Doctor. You must remain outside.
Xbox don't even log into your Xbox. I do think that the complete implosion of the Xbox brand is 100% entirely this full dedication to Game Pass that didn't make enough money, and now their fan base won't buy games when they are actually good. I keep seeing a lot of people. Destin like Gary basically was like,
Ethan Currents now stuff.
posted a video about the Xbox handheld and how it's the
Collection expand. Ethan Currents.
people are now weaponizing that.
Contain the black chocolate. When I said beyond the ability to fly, provides certain conditions to be met. Fly in a given region must find and tune all to all the local aether currents, which assumes some air currents will need to complete certain quests. However, must skin cover via exploration. To aid you in this effort, you've also painted the aether cover, which will provide you with both a bearing and distance and relocate the cover upon use. The aether compass can be found in our collection to do your section of the main menu. Review your progress, select travel to the main menu, followed by aether currents.
If you told me a few years ago that both my fiance and I would be working.
In Final Fantasy XIV, floating green orbs spread haphazardly across the world of 14. To unlock flying in a region, you must attune yourself to each of the individual aether currents within the region, as well as complete a number of quests which offer aether currents as a reward. Aether currents are first unlocked following the Heavensward main scenario quest, Divine Intervention, the same one that gives you the Black Chocobo. You're given a magical compass that, when used, gives the approximate bearing and distance to the closest floating aether current. In addition, by clicking the travel icon on your HUD and then selecting aether currents, you can view how many you've collected in each region you have access to, and how many you have left to go. Floating aether currents, which can be attuned to in the open world, are indicated by blank diamonds which turn green, and aether currents rewarded from quests are the red diamonds. You will notice that they do not appear on your map or minimap. The ethereal compass is That's what I did for most of Heaven's work. By moving your Aether Compass to your hotbar and periodically using it when you quest around a zone, you'll collect most of the Aether Currents as you go. I say most because sometimes the Aether Currents aren't placed exactly along your quest lines, and it's very easy to miss a few. So, if you're done with the zone and realize you're still missing an Aether Current or two, as a visual learner, my go-to is to pull up YouTube videos that show each region's Aether Current locations.
Okay, here we are in the... Okay, here we are in Kurth's Western Highlands. And hunting Aether Currents here. 170 to the northwest.
The ability to fly in them, and it all starts tells. Hello, once done are storyline attunements and can only that turn to yellow once you've found them, and teleport cloud yards to the east. So that's the direction which I want to be heading in, and as you can see, it's most likely in that undiscovered Western Herd area. So I'm going to mount up now and head towards that. Before any of you ask, this mount that I'm currently riding is actually given to you as a quest reward from the main storyline. So don't panic, you'll all get it in due course.
Where's the black chocobo whistle? Oh, there it is. Black tokens are all well and good, but true for your efforts to exploration of your comrades. They shall be released upon completion of certain minor formalities, which I need to see. Proceed. In the meantime, pray return to 4/10 minute. The count has already done so already. Now let's be eager to discuss the daily events. Where's the town take? Oh great, I can't do it. I thought it was my intervention that I had to do. I forgot what the one was called that I had to do. Holon smiles on us yet again. Eli, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess to not fear for your safety, which is not to say down your prowess, you understand? Oh, I did fear for your safety, which is not to say down your prowess, you understand? We know the strength of your opponents to him, and then you do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. You have seen two of the heavens with the Lord equally looked on, but if you're anyone that has been paying attention, will surely do so from now on. My lord. We have just received a message from the vault. As evidence, our bishop requests the presence of Eli. An invitation from the archbishop. What an honor. A personal summons is indeed great honor, and given respect, you would be nice not to let us go, Master Eli. We shall speak anon. Priest will be waiting for you outside the vault, and identify yourself to him west or inside. I travel to the vault, and then go into the bathroom. Oh, I'm already there. Not that far. I'm just gonna go up there. I didn't realize it was gonna just make me enter.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
Okay, now that cutscene started, I can go to the bathroom.
have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise.
The person you...
I am Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyr?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
It sounds like they're basically trying to gut that studio as well.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain.
Their idea is to gut the studio.
That will be all, Sir Zephyr. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence?
Yay, another remake. Then what? Just gonna remake them all again? A second time around? When the Master Chief Collection exists? This is why I'm so tired of remakes and remasters. They're just selling us the same game but prettier? And we're double dipping or even triple dipping. They're remaking remakes at this point. Honestly, we gotta stop buying these fucking remakes and remasters. We just do. We all have exceptions. My big, remaster that I've gotten was Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Sorry, I was a sucker, I guess. Could have waited for an NSO GameCube version, right? Or will that ever come? I don't know. But yeah, Halo's not in a good place.
As you wish, Your Eminence.
And it sucks.
That will be all for today.
Yes, Halo should be awesome again. Make Halo great again.
Basically trying to gut that studio as well. 343 Industries. They're doing a Halo Combat Evolved remake, a standalone multiplayer project, and a continuation of the Halo 7 story. And everyone's like, bro, there's no way this game is ever coming out.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position.
Because essentially they're trying to find a way to make everything AI. Every single part of the entire thing. The coding, the
Now,
voice acting, the writing,
tell me, young man, what do you know of the Assassins?
Some of these firings are not happening, or some of these firings
Much
are not
and
happening
more, I
just
shouldn't
because
wonder.
of the greed of
Being the bringer of light.
bosses wanting.
You should know that I myself have met
Some of
with
these
them,
firings are happening
have
because Microsoft
entertained
wants
them
to
as
lead the
guests,
charge
even.
on AI-driven games. So, in the future, less people, more AI. And my opinion of that is fuck that. Look, there's not a lot of times I call for boycotting. There's not a lot of times I say, hey, this is a hill to die on.
Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the
Ruin the
dragons.
gaming industry? Do that. You want to
I
completely
have no
ruin people's
intention
jobs and
of
livelihoods?
aiding their
Go
cause,
ahead.
of
AI
course.
is a fucking cancer.
nor less of being
It's a
their
fucking
puppet.
cancer on society.
Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and
Put it
remain
on my table
powerless
so
to
it can cool
stop
down.
them.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict.
Every single bit of it just goes to some CEO who doesn't even know the name of the game. That to me sounds incredibly boring, especially with Halo. Halo, when it originally came out, was one of my favorite games of all time.
And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more.
Halo was awesome. GoldenEye did precede it.
If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
And now to Splitgate, if you watch my streams.
Every angle you're sniping from, weapon placement, there was like this purposeful, cool, raw excitement. You could tell the fingerprints of who made it. It's just being AI generated. And I'm especially because there's all those AI all those Halo novels that are really good. We started generating the AI novels as well. The mood in the studio has been tense, especially when it comes to one project that's recently in crisis, according to the developer. I don't think anybody's really happy with the quality of the product right now. There's been a lot of tension and pep talks to try to rally the ship. In 2023, there's been a general shift towards working with contracted studios rather than individual contractors in the United States and Europe to speed up Halo production. There has been talks that there is some sort of mysterious new Halo coming out that, like we saw in that previous tweet, talks about maybe some sort of like Halo Combat Evolved remake. But at this point, I mean, I truly don't think that Xbox is even going to survive. I mean, I think they're going to...
Xbox will survive because they have the money. Right? And like I said, what's odd is nobody can buy them out. Who's going to buy them out? Who's going to take on the brunt of all their studios? They won't. So if Xbox fails totally and Microsoft just wants to get completely out of the gaming industry, it's going to be, like I said, a Ubisoft situation where the biggest franchises get sold off, or maybe they only sell off some of the franchises and they keep the successful ones. But they didn't even attempt to sell off some of these franchises or projects. They just went ahead and folded up and fired everyone. And I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I mean, hey, if you're not rivals of PlayStation, why not ask PlayStation? Yo, you want to buy some of these studios we're getting ready to completely axe? You want to go ahead and buy the initiative so they can finish Perfect Dark on your platform? No, they didn't ask anybody. They just said, this game's like a year away from being done. Positive reception of the trailer. You're fired. That's what they did.
I'm making it a stable 60 because right now my computer can't fucking handle the stuff without crashing my screen.
So Project Overdose, there's been a lot... One of the leaks and talks about this, but essentially, Kojima is making a big horror game, and the horror game sounds pretty good. It's pretty spooky, but the talk is that it's got some sort of cloud-based technology to it, where the whole idea behind it, and it's very Kojima, is that your phone is connected to it, your TV is connected to it, your console is connected to it, and it sounds like all...
Fuck that. Look, I do not want a game where my phone is doing something weird while I'm playing, or my TV is doing something weird, or that is stupid. You know what? I'm okay that that's canceled, actually. Now, they are idiots.
It's a dragon.
Death Stranding 2, and that game got great reviews. I'm sure people would love this game.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
I'm not that adventurous when it comes to VR. I'm not that adventurous.
Well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced.
I don't use the Joy-Cons, I use a Pro controller.
By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
You guys know what Xbox is turning into? Sega.
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate.
Hey, excuse me?
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orchiphon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
I think this title was a little clickbaity, but there is some truth to it. It was just sort of said in the most but I think it's going to be several weeks before we really see the extent of what the cuts were about. We'll be revealing years from now, whenever Xbox goes through gaming droughts again. Because trust me, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see y'all later. I'm out.
Give it 2 more minutes. Before I eat my food. There it is. Get all the decent currents. I'll eat my food real quick. Let's check and see if this quest up here gives me an Aethyl current, because it might. Because there's some side quests that give me Aethyl currents. I just want to get them all. Let's fly. Oh, it does. Nope, it doesn't. One of these probably does, though. There it is. And get all the try to get all the aether currents in this area that I can unlock at the moment without quest. Probably at this camp over here, or this farmland. No, it's in the other area. I hope it's right there. It's using me ice clusters and ice crystals and ice shards. I don't want any of that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a soda. Okay, so there's no nearby turrets. That means we just gotta go back to the beginning area right here and make sure there's no quests over here that give me currents. I forgot to put my camera back on. That's my bad. Sorry. Nope. Doesn't give me anything. It's blue quest mine. I think they're all blue quests. Let's give you Aether Currents. Aether Currents, yep. Just follow this water path, get across the bridge. God, it looks like water. I'm not used to not being able to fly in these areas. Let's do some, what's it called? PvP. Because I need to do 3 of these to get a thing. Well, I need to win 3 times political. Fuck this, I'm not doing this shit. No, I'm not. I know that one. I don't think I can get any of these ones yet because I haven't unlocked that area back there. I'm not gonna even bother with the ones there. Let's just go to Limbs of Limb into the lower deck. Need to continue the main story. Oh, I gotta see this shit.
Little Nightmares 3 is a day one cop. Check it out. Now I know it's
Hi. Hi. I work for a deodorant company. Is sweat maybe something that's... Hey everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great because I think I woke up to some of the biggest game news of this year. That means that Helldivers 2 has been officially confirmed to be going to Xbox. I've been talking about this for a long time. I've always said it would make sense. My friends have said it would make sense. And my roommate who plays on PlayStation called it perfectly. He said what they're gonna do is they're gonna be like, hey, we need more reinforcements, so we're calling in the Xbox guys. And that's not too far off what they did. Look at this. A new dawn is upon us. Super Earth is expanding its operations and opening new enlistment centers. Xbox players, your opportunity to enlist is coming when Series X and S on August 26th. Pre-order Standard Edition and the Super Citizen Edition of Helldivers 2 today. Now, if you rolled a high number for perception, you might have noticed that Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox the same day that Gears of War Reloaded is coming to PlayStation.
Friends, it is good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
But, I mean, come on. I don't find that super likely. But regardless of why it happened, this is still a massive deal. There's no getting around this one. Like with MLB The Show, you can say, oh, well, they have to do it because the MLB said so or whatever. With Death Stranding, technically Sony didn't publish it on Xbox. It was 505 Games that published it. But here, there's no getting around it. PlayStation is publishing this game on Xbox out of their own free will, and it's one of their biggest games of the last few years. Now, yes, I understand Sony doesn't own Arrowhead, but they do own the Helldivers IP, so there's no getting around it. There's no technicalities or anything. PlayStation is officially, by every definition, a third-party publisher, even though they already were when they were publishing stuff on PC, but apparently some people needed them to publish stuff on other consoles first.
Hello? No. Why'd you have to go to the eye doctor?
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect.
Hopefully they don't gotta do
when
cataract
we
surgery.
We fully expected to become wanted men.
It's just like the annual eye exam.
Sharp as
I haven't
ever,
gotten
Master
one of those in
Helfiner.
like 5 or 6 years.
On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms.
What'd you say?
In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen.
I used to wear glasses, but they didn't really help much. I have problems seeing long distance, but that's about
There
it.
is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seed Seer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication.
No, the
that she might
gameplay.
pave the way
The
for
game was
establishment of
apparently
an
set to
all-down
4K
republic.
and it was on really high settings, and I had to change it to where the game is only the highest FPS is 60 FPS, or it will use too much of my GPU. Yeah.
But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us.
I wasn't on 4K,
Her
but
Grace
for some
wanted the
reason it was
Elder
at
Seed
4K,
Seer and I to lend
and it was
Rauban
stuff
a
like
helping
that.
hand, you see?
Like, how the hell is that
to
even
aid him in
possible? It shouldn't
preserving
even
the
be
peace
an
during the
option.
transition.
Because I'm on a 1080p monitor.
So,
I had to turn
having
like almost
somehow
every
caught
setting
wind of
down
her
and go
plan,
back down to
Lonorito
60
and Taleji
FPS
plotted
to
the
max.
Sultana's assassination in the hope, but they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication.
It'll be hard to stream.
Chaos from which Telegia alone might feasibly stand to profit.
Because it
Surely
crashes
Lolorito
after
would
like
never
2 hours,
knowingly...
but don't do that.
Ah. Would it be? I dare not hope.
Thankfully, that won't be a thing once I get
Ul'dah
my
authorities
new
have
GPU
yet
and
to
CPU.
announce
I'll
the
never have to worry
Sultana's
about
passing.
GPU or CPU utilization for a long time.
Yeah.
What do you know about gigabyte motherboards?
To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence,
Are they
they
bad?
have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
I don't know too much about him.
Cause that was when the motherboard I was playing to get. It's
Mayhap
like
they're waiting for a
it's
fitting
like,
moment to break the
$200
news.
and
Or
it
mayhap
has
they know
3
of some
and
other
4
reason
and
to
2
delay.
slots, and I can just get rid of the HDD and have 3 or 4
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral.
M.2 slots.
I was dismayed to learn that General Raoban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive
Those
for
are
so
way too
long.
expensive.
Mine never were.
Thought they were.
Also, they were all just DDR4 too.
Pray
They were
mistake not my
AM5.
meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his...
That's why mine were going to cheaper.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino.
I got was like 150.
Yeah.
Following his capture, Raoban had been held in the
The
Marasaja
next
pit
Xbox is
within
basically going
Ul'dah.
to be a pre-built PC.
In recent days, however, he has reportedly been
I
moved to an
think the
unknown
PS6
location.
will not be that much better. And I'm like, if the PS6 better have a 9070 XT and a 9800X X3D and have Steam, or it's not worth the money.
Clearly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
PS5 Pro?
Yeah, and the PS Pro ain't shit.
Well, at least it's
The
going to have
Crystal
FSR 4.
Braves.
Yeah.
Well, their version of FSR 4.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain.
FSR 4 is like supported in no games.
I know.
Someone said, people think if you can find the
At any rate, if we're to rescue
857
Raoban,
Ti
we'll have to
for
find him
the
first.
Same price,
And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends.
Bruce says I don't
Ul'dah.
need to remove the drivers for when I get a new GPU that's a different model or in general, but I'm like, I think I need to remove those drivers and put the NVIDIA drivers on.
Well, yeah, if you're going from AMD to NVIDIA, yeah.
Can't have both. Yeah, I can't have both.
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know.
Raoban's survival is vital to the Aor's alliance. We can afford to lose it. I cannot send troops into Ul'dah to spell the end of the alliance of war. Like, it's not. How was your day? How was your day?
Good.
There is to be rescue fellows you and yours. You're off on Friday, or you still work on Friday?
No, I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you worked. We're off Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, but because of 4th of July.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got fireworks?
Yeah, we got fireworks here, yeah.
I don't have any other way, Admiral. So I found it. Oh, I was just reading the text in Final Fantasy.
Gotcha.
I got Final.
Go see fireworks or no?
No, I got Final Fantasy 9, and I'm gonna emulate Final Fantasy 6 and 7 on the PS1 emulator.
You sound tired.
Yeah, I went to bed at like midnight, and I didn't wake up until 12:26 because nobody woke me up.
Oh. You got plenty of sleep then.
Yeah. Drew said my spider bites are healing up pretty well.
Good. Well, you said you weren't really in any more pain.
Well, they itch now, but that's about it.
Well, that's just gonna be healing, you know.
They itch like hell.
Yeah, because they're all healing up and drying out and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's to be expected.
Yeah, my balls itch too.
Yeah.
So I got the full game. I got 28 days until I gotta pay for the subscription.
That's cool. I found out today that Micro, with Xbox or Micro or whatever, I got like $24 and change credit on that.
Microsoft said, I mean, Phil Spencer said he's not retiring. He denied the rumors. That guy does not know what the fuck he's doing. He never did. I think him and the guy before him both sucked.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember what the guy was, but the guy that was running 360 now.
360 to Xbox.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Xbox 360.
The Xbox 360 and the system before was the best. And then there was a guy that took over during at the end of the 360 and Xbox One, and he was the guy who said if you can't afford the Xbox One, then